For Panthers Fans Only is a sports podcast intended for mature audiences and contains profanity as well as extremely spirited conversation. What you see and hear are the sole opinions and depictions of each individual, not at all inclusive of the entire cast or any guests associated with our show. Thanks for tuning in, and always remember to stand on business.
Everybody just calm down. I'll handle everything. I'll handle the rest. Just like what Frank say. Just like I always do. Just like I always do.
Oh, Franklin, what's gonna?
Oh, Franklin, what's gonna happen to me? Oh, that's loud. There. Can't even vibe out because we already got the headphones. We just got to listen off of their shit. Yeah, in fact, we have a very special guest. I'm not gonna lie, it's like an annual occurrence at this point. No cap.
It is.
It's an annual occurrence. It damn near has to happen every single year. It's the third year in a row, bro. Third year in a row, man.
Started in Chicago?
No, started at training camp. When we went to our Airbnb.
Oh, the crib in Wofford. Yeah, Spartanburg.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Yeah, man.
Once upon a time, man.
That was my first time hitting it. Honestly.
Oh, God, yeah, that was your first time
Spartanburg,
at camp, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Crazy times.
We was just talking about that shit earlier today too. I think me and JJ are year 7 going to training camp. I mean,
yeah.
Whoo.
I mean, not this year technically.
It started as like a.
They robbed all of us of that experience, dog.
And unfortunately, what I experienced tonight, that just doesn't. That didn't give me the fix that I was looking for. That's just me. But we'll talk about it. Very special guest in the building today. Got Aaron Duncan with us. Round of applause if you don't mind. Xavier somehow figured out how to weasel his way onto the fucking camera. I literally explicitly said, "Hey, bro, today ain't the day to be trying shit." So we got Haley behind.
He was on the one we recorded in the city back in the 80. He was on the camera.
Yeah, but
that hot ass studio we recorded in.
But you know it's crazy. I've never made it on my own platform. Never made it on my own platform.
Yeah, that was the first time you was on camera.
That's crazy.
That was the first time. But I mean, he was a featured model. He was a featured model in the photo shoot.
Here we go.
I mean,
just some shit.
And honestly, sometimes he need to be on there for the bullshit he be saying, because everybody else gets slandered for.
They saying you a DEI face because you light skinned, bro. That's what they saying. You.
If that's what I gotta be.
More or less.
They said they need your opinion.
Did everybody get what I sent them? Y'all got the note. Everybody got their agenda. Listen, we have like 60 minutes, and I know every week I say we have X amount of time, and we never go that amount of time. But they're like pressing me because Oh, sorry, not you, Haley. Haley is the main culprit for this bullshit.
Haley's behind the camera.
Shout out to Haley behind the camera.
Haley in the building.
So if it's fucked off,
blame her. It's not
Santi
the producer.
in the building.
It's not the producer.
No.
Shout out to Haley's handler.
Yes.
For babysitting her.
Yes. We actually are very thankful that you're here tonight because I don't know how this night would go if you weren't. And long story short, if things get fucked off today, it's going to be Tavian's fault.
Oh, here we go.
It is 1,000% going to be Tavian's fault.
Because you told him, right?
I told him explicitly.
Oh, my God.
This is the way
I feel.
This is Boosie? Oh, it's featuring Boosie.
Yeah, we can. That's your cup. I'm sorry. Hey, we're gonna try and keep the profanity to a minimum tonight because we have Dunc on. But I don't know how.
I've already let one slip. Just FYI.
But that's what I prefer. That I'm not gonna lie because I just want it to be a safe space. FPFO, they already know what they get into. What? She putting it right in front of the camera. Yeah, I know, bro. She faded.
I hit it. I hit it.
He hit it.
I hit it. I hit it. They know. They know it's time.
What do you want me to say?
This is a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie. Room temperature tequila is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's bad news. It's bad news.
This is like literally the opposite of what the doctor ordered.
That's because you keep feeding him shots. You keep feeding him.
I'm babysitting. I'm
Okay.
babysitting.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's bad. It's bad. It's really bad.
Bro, how long was this song? I didn't even know Boosie was in it.
It's a long,
I'm learning a lot
long
about this
song,
song
bro.
today.
Like, yeah. Welcome to For Panthers Fans Only. Like I said, we have a special guest in the building with us. This is an exclusive special episode, so we're dropping on Monday. Like, I know y'all are all out of whack right now, but we literally just left FanFest. I mean, the vibes were immaculate. Practice to me, personally, was mediocre, but the vibes were immaculate. Got to meet a lot of great people. Shout out to everybody that we ran into today. I mean, it was hella love in the city today. Shout out to everybody we ran into, everybody that we took photos with. I mean, anytime we're around Dunc, it's like moving with a damn celebrity, bro. We walking back to the car and we just lose Dunc. We lose Dunc because, like, you know, it's just, I don't know. We honored to have you in our presence.
I have one thing to say, Dunc. Like, just the two states, one team. Bro, every time I see those shirts, I'm just like, I can't get it. I don't know why. It's just like, it makes me hard to believe that South Carolina is just a part of us, and I know that's selfish.
You know where he's from?
Yeah, I know where he's from.
Listen,
but
man.
He's from South Carolina.
Yeah, I know, but that's the crazy thing. I'm just like, for me, I just can't cop the shirts. I don't know why.
Let me ask you a
but I
question.
respect it that you have it on.
Are you going to let him disrespect your state like that?
Listen, man.
Cool.
I want to
drink it a little bit.
I wore this shirt for a reason. As the only person here to defend my state, I have to say, the two states, one team. It's a joke at this point because it's a lot of politics, man. And I don't want to get on my soapbox about it because I can't 100% blame Tepper for the facility thing that happened. It's them old school. It's a lot of it's the reasons why South Carolina will never be. They'll never advance because they try to play politics with Tepper. Tepper's not a politician, bro. When the whole building thing went down there and he tried to make South Carolina a part of it, everybody tried to put their hand in the cookie jar, and then they didn't hold it at the end of the bargain. He just like, I'm out. They got to get votes. He ain't got to get votes. He not a politician. And so he backed out. And then once he backed out, everybody was like, okay, well, even though we didn't finish this, you owe me this money. You owe me this money. You owe me this money of what we done already. And he was like, nah, I'm just going to declare bankruptcy. I'm going to let the judge go through all the paperwork. Because the judge, that's what they do. When you go to bankruptcy, the judge goes through all the paperwork and they say, you get on a payment plan with everybody that actually owes you, that you actually owe money. And so instead of just people lying to him and making up stuff that they did construction, he went to bankruptcy court and said, like, let them figure it out. And then they figured it out. He got paid. Well, he paid them out based off of what the construction was done. It was pretty much South Carolina not holding up the end of the bargain. It's just them playing politics. That's that part. So I can't blame him for that. But what they tried to do with the whole Clemson thing last year was trash. As I heard
that was a shit show.
I went to every training camp practice, and I was there. It was going to take me 3 hours to get from Charlotte to Clemson, which is really a 2 hour and 15-minute ride, 2 hour ride, and they had it at 5 o'clock. It was just impossible. It just seemed like terrible. They throw breadcrumbs at South Carolina and expect them to be grateful for whatever it's going to be, and they just don't respect it. The logo is shaped, if you look at the Panthers logo, it's shaped like the border of South Carolina and North Carolina. That's why it's supposed to be two states, one team, but they just don't show South Carolina that love, even though we got guys like Xavier Legette on the team.
Oh, Christ. That's not the best name to mention with them right now. With them.
But he's homegrown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hold on. We just want to go ahead and get into it right now. So the main thing that Tavian and Terrence took away from FanFest practice today is the fact that Xavier Legette dropped one fucking pass. So I'm just gonna give him
not the part that he took
where he took the whole to the crib,
40 yards,
took it to the cribbo,
and ran by everybody.
Can we give context though?
Yeah, please.
Because the pass that he dropped literally hit him in between the bars of his fucking face mask. Are we gonna act
Terrence,
like
you want to speak on the replay we reviewed in the back?
Okay,
earlier.
That wasn't the case.
Well,
How was the defense?
Dunc did show me the replay. Like it now in the replay, it's kind of hard to tell because it was a little bit blurry. Like it's kind and no fault to you, but it's just kind of hard to tell like exactly what happened. But you can kind of see like I guess one of his arms being hindered by some sort. And I've seen shit on Twitter where people were like, "Oh, this was a PI or whatever." But he got one hand up. Moral of the story: the ball hit him in the face. And in live action, you're just like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is that?" the ball hit him in the face.
All I did was I'm sitting beside Tavian and Terrence and damn Dylan. All I did was look down the road, and I just knew I was in for a long night. I knew I was in for a long night.
As an XL truther, I'll say this. In real time, it looked absolutely abysmal. Not even gonna hold you. After further review, when we looked at it, you could see that Mike Jack was holding his arm. But to give him credit for good defense, but to actually put more blame on XL, had he actually gone up and elevated with two hands like we've seen him do in college before, it wouldn't have been a factor. Mike Jack wouldn't have been able to play with him at the elevation that we know he can get up to. Because we've seen, I think it was a Florida, he caught a slant like that with a defender on his back in college. And so, like, he didn't elevate and high point it. You could see he wasn't really trusting his hands. He let it get into his body.
Which he
and
never
when you let
does.
it get into your body, you're going to let the smaller, you're not smaller, Mike Jack's not small, but, like, you're going to let the defenders be able to play with you when you don't play above the rim like you should. So, I'll give full context. It wasn't a drop, in my opinion, but it should have been a touchdown. If that makes sense.
Well, can we really give the full context in the fact that he also dropped one against Air
in the
earlier in the warm-ups?
We're talking about practice, man.
I was about to say, I'm not
Now
going to
it's
see
that.
that.
Okay,
No,
it's
because the
I
thing
didn't
is-
see it personally. I personally did not.
It's
see it.
only
Well, I'm
practice
not
when it
gonna
comes
lie.
to XL.
I'm not going to lie, I seen it. It was right in
Yeah,
front
it
of
was
us.
bad.
It was
Oh
right
my
in
God,
front
it
of
was
us.
bad.
And again, another opportunity in time where I just looked down the row and just put my head down, shook my head, because
So let's talk about it though. Like where XL is gonna be wide receiver too. It's not like they're not
1000%.
giving him every opportunity to do it. We've seen him making plays. We've heard about him making plays. We've seen targets where he's get plenty of targets versus JC. JC has won a lot of those targets, come up with plays. He's gonna get the ball thrown to him. He's gonna get opportunities. So what y'all like? What do y'all make of it?
Well, the problem with XL is the fact that he'll do something like he'll take a slant 40 yards for a touchdown, and then he'll also turn around and drop one that hits him in the face mask. Like, that is the problem with XL. It's not the fact that he's not talented. Like, everybody knows XL is talented. Everybody knows that XL can win off the line of scrimmage. The problem is XL's consistency. His hands aren't consistent enough for the level of receiver that he needs to be for this team to find success. And that's the biggest problem and the biggest gripe with people like myself and like Terrence. We just need to see that consistency, and you got to trust your hands. Like, you can't be dropping passes that hit you in the face mask, and more or less, you cannot be dropping passes that are in fucking practice on the warm-up against Air. Like, that's completely unacceptable from a starting caliber wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
So is warm-ups for y'all or for him? Like, what's the problem with the drops and warm-ups? It
wouldn't be a
for
problem
y'all.
if he dropped it. If XL dropped the pass during warm-ups and he was a guy that we knew had short hands, it would be all right. But because XL has a history of dropping passes already,
and a history, I'm just going to interject, a history is the history that you're claiming the history to be is one season.
No, he was
His rookie season.
Yeah, but I mean that's
His
all
rookie
we
season.
that's all we have to go off
Okay,
of.
but I'm just saying, like, but don't say it's like it's an extensive history. Like, this is constantly
Because
been a
we didn't
problem
see it in
forever.
college.
We didn't see it in college
because
we
he only
didn't
had 1 year of production in college.
Okay, but we didn't see it in college, so don't say like it's his history. Like, it's extensive. That's the only thing that I'm saying. The same exact way we always talk about on this podcast, and we learn the hard way. And I'll speak for myself. I learned the hard way with Bryce Young and slandering guys when it's their first year in the league and automatically jumping out the window. Right? That's why we say, well, that's why I took the stance last week that, you know, we're going to give DJ Johnson time. I mean, unfortunately, it's year 3. Excuse me. I
yeah, speak for yourself.
I am going to give DJ Johnson
because he didn't even
time.
play today.
It might be over with.
I don't know.
We don't have to talk about it because he's just not that important, but
It's over with.
there's another guy that's making plays in front of him that made plays today.
Princeley?
No.
Incum. He did make plays today. And he made plays,
He had 2
Friday?
sacks yesterday. He had a sack today.
Yes.
Had 2 sacks the day before.
Very true. Very true.
And he plays special teams.
Very true. Just wrapping up on the XL topic. Everybody, you just got to be patient, bro. You just got to be patient. Like, and so now, and we're to a point now in this fan base, and specifically with y'all too. Like, this is why I be sending so much like XL propaganda, because we're at a place in the fan base now where it's just like if he makes one mistake or if he has a drop or whatever the case may be, it's like fucking so everybody's so hypersensitive to a drop or a mistake or whatever the case may be. But then you see the potential that he has when you say going up, I don't even remember who he was going up against. The only thing I know is he got that bitch on a crosser.
He was going up against Mike.
He was going up against Mike on a crosser, got the ball, and took that whole 40 or 50 yards.
Yeah.
And this was not a practice touchdown. So I don't want the viewers that weren't able to make FanFest to get it misconstrued.
Well,
this was not we're going to tag him on the butt and he's just going to finish it.
What Dave Canales said.
Pull away from everybody.
What Dave Canales said in the press conference directly after that.
It was a bad angle.
On that play, he was like, there were just bad angles and bad tackles by the defense.
Okay, and that's
so. I mean,
AKA Nick Scott being out there with the first team, but we can talk about it later.
Yeah,
but I want to say this to put the pin in it. So let's say we got a microcosm of this example. Tyreek Hill in 2023 led the NFL in receiving yards, but he also had 9 drops. If XL gives you something like that where he has game-breaking light plays, but he's going to give you some drops over there just because he's not a natural – because like Tyreek Hill used to play running back. He's not a natural pass catcher. He can catch the ball, but he's just not a natural pass catcher. Are you living with that? Is it enough for you, or is it like what you like?
Yeah, I would say it's enough for me because in my situation, just the same thing that he was saying with Bryce a few years ago. Like, it's in our best interest that he works out. And so, like, at the end of the day, I hope XL exceeds expectations, and I hope he is the guy that we took in the first round. Like, I hope he lives up to that production. But, like, as of now, he hasn't done so, and I understand that it's his rookie season. And like I was saying this whole offseason, he tries to build this narrative that I hate XL or this and that. But it's just like, as much as I see him in the media for non-football activities, I just hope that he's putting in the same exact work on the football field to where he is actually progressing into that we can see a different XL coming into next season. That's it.
The route running and the speed look better this year.
Yeah, I mean,
I totally
he's clearly
agree with
been
that.
putting in work.
And I don't think that's ever been a problem. Like, I always think he's been able to get open. He's always been able to create separation.
There was separation questions coming out. He's worked on this game. He puts in work. That's the thing, man. He puts in work. It's the hands.
It's a confidence thing right now.
And like what you were saying, I just think, in comparing it to Bryce, Panthers fans do this crazy thing. And I said it on my pod. When there's a guy in the doghouse, bro, he cannot do any right. It don't matter what he does. Anything he does right, it doesn't matter. It's going to be taken out of context. They're going to water it down. But if we do something bad, it's the worst thing in the world. Like Bryce, it was the same way with Bryce. Remember against the Saints, Bryce threw that pick, and people were pissed off at him because he was on the sideline like trying to crack jokes with the teammates. Like, man, I'm good. I'm about. He didn't bounce back. But he was like trying to keep his teammates up. Like, I'm good. He was smiling, smirking a little bit on the sideline. Everyone's like, why is he smiling when he threw a pick?
I was one of them main people. I wanted to put my hands on him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wanted to put my hands on him.
Anything a guy does is in the doghouse for the Panthers, it doesn't matter, bro. He could go feed the children 100 meals. Y'all gonna ask why he didn't do 500.
Well,
that's what it is,
The
bro.
thing is, I love the play when he, like, seeing it in live action when he caught the slant and took it to the crib. I love the play until I watched Dave Canales say what he had to say and then watch the play back. And I'm like,
do teams not say bad angles?
All the time in the NFL.
Yeah.
And why is that XL's fault?
Yeah,
Like, why does it have to be one?
No, I don't say that it's XL's fault, but I'm just like, okay, now that I see, like, okay. But overall, in totality, I like the play. I think it was an explosive play, and I think that's what we need from XL going forward. But, I mean, in that same breath, it's like, okay, our defense is still, well, from what we know, the worst defense in the NFL. Based off,
I'm not subscribing to that right now.
I don't either. I
but
think we're going to improve.
I'm just saying, based off what statistics say, I'm just like, okay, worst defense in the NFL trying to make a tackle. So I'm like,
we spend a lot of money.
Okay.
Cool. No, that's when you put Nick Scott on the field. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You put Nick Scott.
I totally agree.
And to put a pin in it, I had a chance to get a white XL jersey, and I've been wanting a white.
Where?
The team store.
Team store.
Oh, they
I'm
had
not gonna
them
lie.
rocking.
Team store. It was jumping.
Yeah.
What time they open? I might go.
I don't know.
Anytime.
But it was jumping.
Yeah.
White XLs, white
Bryce.
JCs, white Bryces.
They had a T-Mac?
No,
They
see,
had the
that's
blue- they got the
what
blue-
I was
blue
going to get
T-Mac.
the white T-Mac if they had it. And I was looking at the white XL, and I was like, I don't know. I really wanted a white. I
They
really
don't
wanted
have anything but Bryce
It's
online,
sad.
bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
wanted a white jersey, and it was Bryce and JC. I already have a blue Bryce jersey, but it's signed, so I don't wear it anymore.
Yeah.
And JJ was like, "You've been talking about Bryce for 3 years.
I
Like,
got
talking
three-
about that jersey.
I
for
got
3
three
years.
Bryces, dog.
Yeah, that's insane.
One is signed. One is signed. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. Well, just off of that, so that was the bad. I mean, that was, listen, FanFest 2025, if you weren't able to make it, first and foremost, we're very, very disappointed and sorry that you weren't able to make it because it was, like I said, extremely high vibes. It was just great to see fans back in the stadium with the opportunity to see the Carolina Panthers, this version of the team. So that's number one. Number two, from a practice standpoint, it was very, very mediocre, in my opinion. I think you mentioned this in the whip over here. Like, they gassed it up a good amount, and I thought that it was going to be a little bit more. Now, I will say we did get a 60 minutes of scrimmage time. They played 2 30-minute halves, so that was, that was solid. That was great. They had great rotation, whatever the case may be. A lot of starters, after about 2 or 3 drives defensively, it was pretty much a wrap. You got to see a lot of work from Nkun, like you mentioned, Princeley, different rotations and things of that nature. So we got to see a little bit. There was some good, there was some bad, there was some ugly. The bad and the ugly, I think, really is the whole XL thing. So I wanted to get that out of the way first and kind of rip the Band-Aid off. But there were some good things too. And one of those things for me in particular was Jimmy Horn. Now, you mentioned that they did a lot of scheming up for him. It seemed like they were trying to highlight him. But I will say, when given the opportunity, in my opinion, he made the most of it. But I would love to hear y'all's opinion and kind of, a couple of takeaways or whatever the case may be on what y'all was thinking.
No, I've said it multiple times, man. I think Jimmy Horn has an easy path to playing time. And I didn't really see him with the starters too much tonight, but like the type of guy he is, the type of speed he has, he's a different type of skill set than what we have, right? So like you can give him a couple of package of plays. They did him today. They ran him in motion. They snuck him in the back. He's a jitterbug, like water bug type of guy. He's small, but he's lightning quick, lightning fast. You can sneak him in motion, leak him out the backfield, and overflank the defense, give him a touchdown. I got that on camera myself. I'll probably pass that along to y'all if y'all want to put the overlay on it if you want to. But he's different than what we have, man. And I just think we had a guy, Devin Tompkins, last year, who got the end arounds. He was that jet sweep guy, that motion guy, the quick screen guy that we can just easily insert Jimmy in there, give him 3, 4, 5 touches a game just to see what he can do. If he gets hot, let him keep going. You know what I'm saying, right? Like,
Totally agree.
And even if you run him in motion, let him stretch the defense out and put him in motion, let him snap the ball in stride and stretch the defense out. Now, boom, you got whomever underneath, whether it's JT or Adam underneath. Right, and I think he'll have a role regardless. You just got to figure out different ways to get him involved. He did today. A lot of it was with Andy. Like I said, he wasn't really with the first team a ton, but clearly they have some things they can do with him. He has the versatility. He flashed tonight. I think he was what everybody kind of expected tonight. We didn't really see the special teams front because surprisingly, Blackshear took all the special teams returns.
We thought he was clipped. I ain't gonna lie.
Punt and kick return snaps tonight. I wasn't paying attention the whole time, but I did not see. I saw him out there majority of the time taking the snaps on that. But we also ran a fake, but that's just another thing. But Jimmy did his thing, man. So I think Jimmy has a role. I don't know how y'all see him fitting in there right away from day one. I think day one he could be a gadget guy, but then like you can build on that with all the other slot stuff and stuff he can do.
Yeah, even from the first time that we started drafting, I had Jimmy Horn as one of my mock draft picks, and I thought that he was a sleeper guy because I watched him a lot at Colorado. Like, a lot of people just like blindly followed Colorado because of Deion Sanders.
Dante.
So yeah,
Nah, facts.
so
Facts.
if you follow them, then you've seen a lot of Jimmy Horn. So I love that pick by us. But yeah, I thought he made a lot of plays tonight. He produced well. And he looked really good in the offense. And like you said, I think he can be that gadget guy, like almost like the guy that everyone wants Deebo Samuels to be, or that people perceive him to be. I think that Jimmy Horn can take on that role, like with the Carolina Panthers. And I also seen, like, I know we're not on this topic yet, but just speaking in the wide receiver room, like I also seen a lot of positive from David Moore as well. And so,
Hey, he caught that deep.
Yeah.
He was the
Caught
only
the
one
ball.
getting, bro. This is what happened. I don't know if you remember last training camp.
Yep.
He was with the second team, but he was really the only one catching
person.
deep passes, bro.
Yep.
Last year in
That's-
training camp,
And
nobody else is catching deep
Yeah.
passes but him.
And it's crazy too because especially on this podcast, we have like kind of wrote David
Yeah,
Moore
I'm not
off.
gonna lie. We had him clipped.
Everybody
we-
named
we
Mama
wrote
that
him
wrote
off.
David Moore.
No,
off,
we wrote
bro.
him off, especially with
The
as
obituary
deep
is
as
written.
this room is. But we didn't get to see a Hunter Renfrow tonight. But I think David Moore, in his opportunities, made the most of it. But going back to Jimmy Horn, I think Jimmy Horn is the type of guy that you can really, when you put him on the field, he stresses a defense. Because you could see them every time he was on the field, they like to send him in motion.
Yep.
And I think that gives the quarterback his keys, but it also stresses the defense out when they have to rotate and communicate. And then Jimmy Horn is so fast that he can take advantage of it, a la when they ran the one where he motioned from the right to the left and got the wide open touchdown. I believe that was with the second unit. Andy Dalton threw him that pass in the back of the end zone, or in the front of the end zone, really. But like Jimmy Horn is that type of guy. Like he can really stress a defense out. And he's so damn quick. Like, you really got to be on your P's and Q's with him.
yeah, and
He's a special player.
It makes me nervous in like a good way because it's like seeing the way Jimmy Horn produced tonight, seeing the way David Moore produced tonight, and like Tavian said on this cast, like we kind of was like David Moore's the odd man out, but it's like not seeing really a lot of production from Adam Thielen lately. Hunter Renfrow is obviously being injured, so it's like, okay, is this offense actually, or this coaching staff actually taking 7 wide receivers? I know you were vocal last year about how many they were going to take, and that number was completely flipped on its head.
Yes.
Like they didn't take nearly as many
What'd
as
you
we
say
thought
last
they
year?
would.
7.
Yeah,
We took 7 back-to-back years, but we cut like
Like
they
it
got
was
cute.
quick. A
They
quick
got
cut.
cute last year.
Yeah.
Remember once they reclaimed on them corners off waivers. Once they claimed on them corners, we cut Coker and then brought him back.
Yeah.
We claimed Coker. We had 7. We actually had somebody one of them dang analytics guys that looked at it. We've had 7 back-to-back years. Last year we cut Coker. Remember, everybody was shocked.
Yes.
And because
I thought he was a
Bartholomew
lock.
and then I think Evans too as well. Whoever our backup corners, we claimed all them off waivers, and then to replace them, we cut Coker. Because I think if you do it right, he can actually choose who to come back to, and he just came back to us. So we played the game right, and he came back. I think that's what they do again this year. I think David Moore is that guy that we end up doing it with, though, because I don't think Jalen Coker's gonna clear waivers. I don't think obviously Jimmy Horn's not to.
Yeah.
If you let Hunter Renfrow go to a fucking contender, I'm gonna throw a shoe at somebody.
Yeah, but
You know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
it's kind of hard because like he's been dealing with a hamstring like the past couple of.
I don't care.
Yeah,
2 or 3
I-
practices.
Keep him, bro.
Yeah, me personally, I don't care either. But like, you got to think about like what is the front office looking at with that kind of thing. So it's like,
Somebody's gonna get traded.
yeah, I don't know. It's a very sticky situation as far as like that wide receiver room because like Hunter Renfrow said, like this is like the deepest wide receiver room he's been a part of.
Yeah.
Like they're so competitive. Like
It's
you
a
have-
good problem to have.
Yeah, it definitely is a good problem
The
to
problem
have.
we ain't had in a minute.
Exactly.
I don't know if we had
we've
ever.
had it ever. I don't know if this is a problem we've ever had.
Not a wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. Like you mentioned, I mean, we haven't seen Hunter Renfrow the past, 3 days of practice, if I'm not mistaken?
3, yeah, hamstring.
Past
tight.
3 days of practice.
Didn't see him suit up tonight.
Didn't see him suit up tonight. Hamstring tightness, like you mentioned. Another guy that we didn't have the opportunity to see tonight was Nick Scorton, who was also dealing with a hamstring, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
For me, that was very disappointing. We got the chance to see Princeley. He made the most of his reps, in my opinion.
I don't know. Can we stay on that for a second?
Yeah, sure. Tavian thought that
No, I'm gonna
Josh
be
was doing him in.
no, I'm gonna be completely transparent here. What I did like from Princeley, I was kind of like gassing it when we were at practice every time he would get
On some
shut
hating
down,
shit. On
just
some
to
Tavian
just to
hating
fuck
shit.
with JJ. But like transparently, like what I did really like about Princeley is his hands are violent. When he would hit the offensive tackle, like he would hit it, and you could hear it from where we were sitting. You could hear every time he made contact with the offensive lineman. His hands were violent and they were fast, and I really did like that from Princeley.
Me and Terrence were talking about it earlier, how he missed one play. It was a cut. I think it was ETN, I think.
Yeah.
On the
They had
cutback.
cut back. He missed it.
Yeah.
But I was telling him the next play he can't, because he kind of came upfield, tried to go for the TFL and missed. He kind of arm tackled whatever, he cut back, and ETN did his thing. He's slippery like that. But I think the next play he came back and made it. Instead of doing a TFL, he just like stayed at home, made the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and like did whatever. Like came to balance. Like don't overrun it, because you got the speed, bro. But like you got to be able to corral it and play it. And he's been questioned as an every down player. You know what I'm saying? People don't think he wants to play the run, but
And he's big.
He's long. He's
really
the
big in
frame,
person.
he has a lot. He's a lot bigger than you think in person. Yeah, like you said, compared, because Josh is 6'7", bro. If you look on paper, he's 6'7", and Princeley didn't really look like he was being like, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't towered over.
Yeah.
So I think Princeley, he's not an every down player yet. Like you want to start him right away and leave him out there, but I like the progress, and like I said, I would have liked to see scoring a little bit out there too. But I think Princeley, the progress he's made, the flashes we've heard about, man, you got to be excited about a third round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, my
like
God, yeah.
third round pick at that. You know what I'm saying? We're nitpicking the third round pick.
And even the play
Facts.
that you're talking about where ETN did do him in on that play. However, we still have to acknowledge the fact that he was in the backfield when ETN got handed the ball.
Yeah.
And
Like
had the
he was
opportunity
there
to make the play.
and could have that, and that's something that we can, like, you can coach that. Like, you can coach the tackling,
Yes.
you can coach making that play in the backfield. What you can't coach is how quick he got there.
Yeah.
That is natural and that's God given. And Princeley, y'all
I
got a
think
good
he's
one.
gonna be special.
Yeah, y'all
I'm
got
a
a good
Princeley
one.
stand, just FYI. I was on the ground level FYI before he started chatting on Twitter and everybody became a big fan
On the
of him.
body.
I was a pre-draft fan of Princeley, just FYI. You know what I'm saying? But he's a funny dude, dog. The way he be talking online, dog. He's a character. So
Sure.
whenever they put a jersey in the shop, they need to do it. I'll get one.
Bro,
So-
they got to do a better job. Oh my God. Oh my God.
While we're
Hey,
on the,
we might need to take that bottle from her, Santi, if you don't
are we still
mind.
good? We're still
You're
good.
supposed to be the handler and the responsible
Yeah,
adult.
like she just sitting back there chuckling. Oh, okay.
Oh. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is.
I ain't got no water to chase.
Y'all know what time it is.
Man, my God.
Wait, one more. Y'all know what time it is.
I need some.
But really quickly, though, because while we were talking about Princeley and while we're on the topic of the defensive line, I do want to bring up how many guys were missing from that defensive line
Yeah, for
tonight
sure.
scrimmage.
Oh,
Do
my
y'all
God.
find that any bit alarming? Like,
No.
I would find that a little bit alarming, personally. What's the thought
what's the-
process on that?
What's the head count of who was missing? Because I
Derek,
know
EB,
scoring.
A-Sean.
Derek, I
A-Sean,
didn't expect Derek, not in them conditions. They were
Turk, I didn't really see Turk get out
Turk,
there.
Turk was out there. I saw him and Rob. I watched him and Rob a few times. Rob still made him a few times, but I wasn't expecting Derek to be out there with some slick turf.
No,
that's
not
just
with
not.
that.
This is not
ideal.
good business
Yeah.
to put your $100 million.
Was Bobby Brown out there?
Bobby
Brown was out
He
there.
didn't play a lot though.
He
Like,
didn't play. He
I
did not
seen
get
him.
a lot
I
of
seen him
reps.
suited up, but I didn't really. I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention to him, but I didn't really see.
yeah,
him
they
suit
didn't
up.
play.
reps.
They didn't. The starters on defense, they didn't play a lot. But I did see Trevin Wallace get a nice rush. It was a would-be sack, but they let Bryce get rid of it. He was blitzing a lot. I think he looks a lot more active as a blitzer. Another guy we were talking about Xavier off camera.
Yeah.
Another guy that slimmed down. I don't know if y'all watched that Cart Talk. Bro said he was 255 in
Yeah,
college.
I did see that.
He said he
That's
like
crazy.
230 something now, bro. Well, no, 244. My bad, 244. So he done lost double-digit weight. Another guy that's done shimmed off that baby fat, and the streets really need a Trevin Wallace breakout year. I don't know how y'all feel about Trevin.
No, we need
Cause y'all done slandered. I done seen the clip of y'all slandering Trevin here. So we here right now because apparently he's had a good camp by all accounts.
Yes.
I again, if I need to show y'all to play a little later, he blitzed off the edge, came clean, came pretty quick towards Bryce, and it would have been a sack, but they let it play on, and Bryce got rid of the ball. But my biggest gripe on him as a blitzer, he didn't really have a plan. He was just like, he would try to sneak a blitz. If the running back called him, he would just be like, you got me. And just give up instead of fighting through blocks or whatever. But now he seems to be a little bit quicker and moving a little bit faster. But I know y'all. This is not the podcast for Trevin Wallace positive vibes.
Well,
so I'll let y'all. Let y'all give y'all spill.
Well, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, no. Listen, this is the thing. I don't really think that. Maybe you know what? Let me say this first and foremost. Yes, last year we were slandering Trevin Wallace's name.
That was last week.
Oh no, I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna fast forward. The only thing that we said last week with that clip that was going around, the only thing that we said last week was the only reason why we're not excited about Trevin Wallace is because last year he didn't give us shit to be excited about. I think that that's a fair statement. Like, I believe
but who else
that.
was on that list, though? Because Shaw was on that list.
No, but see, that's for me personally, that's different. Because I've said multiple times on this podcast that Shaw developed the most out of everybody in that rookie class, for one. And for two, damn near out of everybody on the team.
I personally disagree.
Shit.
I didn't like Shaw's take.
If you look at Shaw during training camp till week 18, I think I saw significant growth, in my opinion.
Well, I
His
mean, he was so
technique got
fucking
better.
ass that there was only one way to go up.
There was
only one direction to go.
No, he was never as bad as niggas was trying to
He
make him
flashed
go.
against the Bucks that one time, but Marvin Harrison Jr. routed him up a couple times against the Cardinals. That was week 15, and then A.J. Brown gave him one time in a slide as well against the Eagles. That was week 12. So that was later in the year.
Listen to who you mentioning though. Listen to who you mentioning. We talking about a top 10 receiver in A.J. Brown.
Brother, we played Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. in week 1. Week 2, we got Marvin Harrison again. Week 3, we got Drake London's going to be playing the slide again. We have a gauntlet of receivers
Stephon
we have
Diggs.
to play. Stephon Diggs against the Pats.
Tyreek and Jalen.
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
CeeDee
Lamb. All these guys play the slot, damn. I don't want to hear no excuse.
Hey, bro,
He's
listen.
going to have to step up.
He's going to be okay. He's going to be okay.
better.
Well, why the fuck can you mention what Trevin Wallace has been doing in camp and you can't mention Shaw? Because every goddamn day I go on Mike K's page and I see Shaw Smith-Way had another phenomenal fucking day.
This is a dynamite deflection job by you.
Well, I'm just saying.
We talking about the gauntlet of receivers we
I'm
facing.
just telling you, bro.
He typically
Just-
does that.
bro.
Or he likes to withhold information. He's a bit.
I'm just telling you, everybody just
Masterclass
chill.
in deflection, but okay. Nah,
Everybody
Trevin,
just chill.
linebacker is so much about instinct, bro. And, like, you can't have instinct unless you see more football. I don't know if y'all listen to pre-draft stuff with Luke. He was talking about, he's like, yeah, man, a lot of guys are fast. A lot of guys, if you put them on the board, they're going to be like, okay, if this guy, I mean, you can't see this on the tape. If this guy pulls, I know I got to get to this hole. But it don't matter. Just like when they say a quarterback has a process, a linebacker got a process.
True.
Luke said that, okay, hey, if they run a zone right, I know there's only 2 guys on this play that's trying to block me. I got to beat both of them. If I beat both of them to the spot, I'm going to win. You got to know immediately, as soon as the ball is snapped, what guys are coming to get you and what angle you can beat them at. The faster you can do that and process and get there, the better off you can be.
And
Like,
I don't know if Trevin
with-
got that right now.
A lot of that comes with, remember how slow Shaq was a little bit at times? Shaq played outside because he wasn't ready for all that traffic. As much as people hate Shaq, he had some good years at inside linebacker.
He had some phenomenal years.
And he got better because, I mean, I said,
Now,
everybody, Shaq is the ultimate ball knower IQ test for our fan base. FYI.
You're getting into that territory because you got somebody on this couch, particularly the person all the way to the right, that will get on their hands and knees for Shaq.
Yeah, it's
So-
sad, bro.
So you have to,
Listen, I
you
don't
have
know-
to be
I don't
very
know-
cautious.
I don't know if I'm going to
You
get
have
on
to
my
be
hands and
very
knees.
cautious.
The only thing I told them was they want to do all of this chatting, like you said. What have you heard from this podcast about Trevin Wallace? Straight fucking slander. So my whole thing is, if you got a nigga in the building already that we know can at the very least do the job, but we want to talk about the injuries over the last 2 years, I understand that. I get that. But if you believe this guy still has some football left in him, at least let him walk Trevin Wallace into the situation. That's all I hear from Panthers fans every single time Trevin Wallace is brought up, that, oh, the excuse is he was thrown into a situation in which he wasn't ready for. He was a
It's not
third,
just
fourth round
it's
pick, whatever
not
the
just
case
the
may be,
fan
and he
base.
wasn't ready.
Dave Canales said the same
And,
thing.
okay, and that's fine. So I'm going to say the same as that. If he's not ready, why would you move on from a veteran leader like Shaq Thompson?
You know why they moved on, though.
Yes,
Because of the injuries, but then
Yes
he
or
goes
no?
to a contender.
Y'all don't like Shaq? If I
Nah, I'm
No,
not.
no. It's not that we don't
yes or
like
no, yes
Shaq.
or no.
No, I like
yes
Shaq.
or no. Don't give all the extra
I
shit.
like
Yes or no?
Shaq, but it's just.
I just had 2 questions. I don't need no extra explanation.
Okay,
I
I like Shaq.
Yes, we like
You
Shaq.
don't think you think we should have brought him back?
No.
No, not at that
Why
point in
not?
time. Because at that point in time, just based off of like his injury history, I was just like, it's not.
If he came back for the league minimum.
I was just like, it's not worth it.
But I mean, clearly there's a void at linebacker. So like, the point about Shaq is, bro, like, and I understand giving the other guys opportunity, but clearly Shaq is serviceable, and we're lacking serviceable at this point, at least from what we expect. But y'all can't be that low on Trevin, but be mad at Shaq because, again, I talk about the instincts and seeing it and what Luke was talking about. That comes with time on task, time on the job, and Trevin just hasn't had that.
And that's fair, and that's a fair assessment. But context has to be provided for when this was talked about for bringing Shaq back.
Yeah, at that point in time, it was like, okay, because we still was under the assumption that we had Josie Jewell, we had Christian Roseboom, and then
before that though.
Yeah, but then the way that people were gassing up Trevin, like I said, we had Josie Jewell, we had Christian Roseboom. So at that point in time, I was like, okay, well maybe Shaq coming off of 2 injuries, it might not be like he's giving us all he can give as of right now. And so I was okay with moving off of Shaq. But now if you're bringing it back around and now we don't have Josie Jewell and we're very thin at that position, it's like, okay, Shaq wouldn't be a bad pickup now, but obviously he's with the Bills now. But at that point,
then though, when we had that conversation, we were already thin.
Yeah.
Because if Josie Jewell being injured or not even being on the team anymore sets your linebacker room from 30 to 32, that one nigga, you was already in fucking trouble.
Yes.
Which is what I tried to tell y'all 2.5 months ago when I said it makes the most sense. Shaq Thompson has been on the waiver wire for X amount of time. Nobody has picked him up. You're going to be able to bring him back for the vet minimum. Bring him back. It just makes the most sense because nobody at any point has been confident in this linebacker room, specifically on this podcast, because we have absolutely no hope in
well,
Trevor
I think
Lawrence.
we did a disservice on this podcast because, one, you're saying that now, but you even admitted a week or two ago that we didn't talk enough about the linebacker room. So
did
don't say
did that conversation occur?
So don't say.
But I'm asking, did that conversation occur? You don't recall that?
No,
you don't recall that conversation?
It didn't occur until literally like 2 weeks ago when we found out that Josie Jewell was clipped.
For the people that watch the show every week, please just drop in the comments and tell Terrence that he's fucking tripping.
Please.
But we had this conversation about Shaq Thompson literally like 2 months ago.
Yeah, we talked about the linebacker room, and I said we needed to bring him back. We had a conversation about Shaq Thompson 2 months ago, but it wasn't in relation to, this linebacker room is ass. Because you even said a couple weeks ago that we did a disservice by not talking about the linebacker room enough. We
didn't talk about the linebacker room enough. But that doesn't mean that we didn't talk about it.
We were more
1,000% talk about it, and I 1,000%
we were more
said,
so focused on the fucking secondary. So don't try.
Secondary
Don't.
in the linebacker
Yeah.
room.
Don't. No.
the
No.
secondary.
Nigga. No.
We'll pull the clip. I don't.
Okay,
we don't
pull
have
the
to go
fucking
back.
clip.
We don't have to go back.
Bro,
We don't have to go back and forth. But I'm gonna pull the clip and show you that.
I wasn't on the prior episodes, but I will say this: it's been a need. It was a need before Josie
1,000%.
pulled up, whatever. That's why it's such a question mark. Why they didn't try to do anything else? One, Shaq. I know people are like, Shaq got hurt back-to-back years. They were really fluky injuries. If we're gonna be real,
Yeah, one of them was a fuck off by his
getting
teammate.
rolled up on by one of the dirtiest people in the league, and getting your leg broke because it got caught under the pile is a fluke. And then tearing your Achilles on the turf that everybody and their mama is telling David Tepper to get rid of is a fluke injury.
No, it
so
wasn't.
you can't be getting rid of the damn
It wasn't
turf
a dirty-
and then get mad at holding Shaq accountable for tearing his Achilles on that. The fluke injuries. Not to mention, if the only thing you can say about Shaq about not bringing him back is kind of like on the Steve Smith type of energy when they got rid of him back once upon a time. You wanted somebody else to be a leader. You wanted Trevin to step up. And if Shaq was here, even if he did it from behind Trevin as a backup, he would still be the leader because everybody knows Shaq as an OG, triple OG. That's the only thing you can give me say why you don't bring Shaq back when you got a linebacker on this
I can give you something else. Because while you can call the injuries fluky or not, the bottom line is they were injuries. And they were injuries that happened to an old linebacker. Shaq is in his 30s.
How much he cost? What was his
Older.
salary?
An older.
Do you think he'll play good
linebacker.
football with the Bills?
I think that there was at the time, and
Do you think he'll play good football with the Bills?
I don't know.
Because you're not finna answer.
I'll be honest. I don't know because with his injury history, I'm going to be honest. Because of his injury history, and anybody who's ever had a knee injury understands the fact that playing in cold weather does affect your knee injury. Yes, no, it 1,000. It 1,000%.
Like insane shit, bro. Insane shit.
Is this not
like,
true?
And mind you, like 2 months ago when we had this conversation, like this is the shit that I was getting hit with.
Is this
like,
not true?
Like off the wall shit. We talking about injury. We talking about all this shit.
Bro, he
but
has
then we
at
have
this
a linebacker
point, he's an
core.
older linebacker.
Then we have a linebacker core that niggas don't
Shaq
like.
Thompson is making $1.25
Bro,
million.
we literally
he's an
had,
older linebacker.
He will play quality football with him in the playoffs. We'll probably see him playing against Mahomes when both of our teams are at home.
And you'll
He'll
see
be
him
playing good football.
and you'll see him getting dick put in him by Mahomes.
JJ is gaslighting like fuck because we literally had the conversation that if you bring him back on a serviceable deal, then we wouldn't have a problem. But the thing is, it's like at that point in time, it was like, okay, we wasn't really thinking about the linebacker room.
Why not?
We just wasn't on this cast. That's what I'm telling you.
I just don't agree
That's
with
what
that.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to pull the clip for you.
Yeah, pull the
It may
clip.
not be tonight, but tomorrow at some point, I'm going to pull the clip for you and tell you
And we
and
ain't
show
gotta
you
spend-
where
we
we
ain't spend that much
exactly.
time on
Yeah,
Shaq,
because
'cause
we're
he-
like,
he
oh,
not- he
Shaq
not-
Thompson,
he
like
not
this
on the
nigga.
team no more, bro.
Yeah, but like at the same time, I'm just telling you something, bro. But like I said, I'll pull the clip because nigga, that clip actually was one of the better clips that we have done in a very long time. That shit was like a 15 to 20 minute clip. So I know for a fact that that conversation occurred because, nigga, I can pull the numbers up right now and that motherfucker will say Carolina Panthers should consider bringing Shaq Thompson back. And you're not going to sit here and tell me in a 20-minute conversation we didn't talk about the linebacker room extensively.
So, okay.
I'm just not going for that shit.
So let's talk-
But I'll pull the clip and send it to you so you can watch it.
Let's talk about the linebackers that are here that did make plays tonight because I did see something from number 57. I believe his name is Bam Martin Scott.
Ben Martin Scott
When he had that pick
maybe
today.
6, if you want to give him the 6. He got touched, I think, in contact of the catch.
That was a hell of a play. And that's a guy that I haven't really heard too much about.
He's a bubble guy.
There hasn't been a lot of buzz around him, but he made a hell of a play tonight. And I believe that was against the second team. That was against Andy Dalton, if I'm not mistaken, where he undercut the route that was going out to the flat. Made a hell of a play. Dive and catch. Beautiful play. Did you guys see anything from any other linebackers tonight that would, give you a little bit of a little bit more confidence in this room, or was it a relatively quiet night from the linebackers?
I didn't see shit from the linebacker room that made me feel anyway.
I
So
comment.
not interior, not the interior linebackers. Outside, we talked about Princeley, and we know up here, like, yeah, they're outside backers, but that nigga's an edge to me. So, no, I saw nothing at all from the linebacker room that made me feel any more confident in what I believe this room is. It's subpar and transparently, it's ass, actually. But I digress.
Does Shaq make him that much better?
Yes, he 1,000% does. Because it's can I just ask a question and then I will come right to you and you can just say yes or no? Is Shaq Thompson better than Trevin Wallace? Just say fucking yes or no. And because this answer is going to tell me how I'm personally going to proceed throughout the rest of this episode.
I don't know.
Because then I know you're not going to be truthful.
I don't know.
No, it's a yes or fucking no answer.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Okay, thank you, Tavian, for keeping it 100. So yeah, he does make it that much better. How did you feel? Was there any interior linebacker
I don't
that made
fucking
you
know.
feel some type of way?
Yes and no. I'll say yes because, again, I saw Trevin blitz and make a play. I saw, what's his number? 50. He was a backup. He blitzed and made, was it, not Winker, what's the other guy? And he came like 51. He came at the end of the year last year. It was like, whatever. But anyway, pass rush wise, I did see some plays when they sent them on blitzes. It seems like Giro has been really, really mixing it up. I saw some nickels come free
He's
tonight.
ass.
I saw some nickels come free tonight. But in the run game, it felt like the run game was there consistently with our offensive line. It felt like we got 4 or 5 yards a clip pretty much every time. So that's my question. Obviously, your boy DB, your best player on your team is not playing tonight. Bobby was in and out. Ashawn wasn't really in there consistently as well. But I did see consistent push in a 4 or 5 yard clip from Chuba and Rico. But in the pass rush game, I did see the linebackers getting home, making plays, and flashing at times. Obviously, in these type of settings, they can't hit the quarterback. They're going to let the quarterbacks play. Yeah. They're just going to run by the quarterback. But there were multiple plays that I probably even recorded myself where I saw linebackers getting home on blitzes and obviously the whistle just didn't blow, but the running game, of course, was a concern because, again, ISAW was getting 4 or 5 yards a clip. Granted, we have a good offensive line. We're going to do that to a lot of teams.
Yeah.
So you just got to – it's hard to balance the good and the bad.
I'll say this, and it's probably going to make y'all up in arms, but I just want to leave it here. It's kind of easy to say now and pretty much a real soft cop-out to say we need Shaq now. But I'll leave it there.
Oh, my God, bro.
Also,
Anyways, you actually gave me a perfect alley because I'm just getting off of it, bro. I'm just getting, like, honestly, I'm getting off of it because these niggas, I'm going to tell you something, bro. I'm going to tell you some shit, though, and I'm going to just have this conversation with you. These niggas try and rage bait me. I'm not gonna lie. They try and rage bait me, bro. And every single time they try it, it always works. And I just feel the heat come from the bottom of my soles of my fucking feet and just continue to rise and rise and rise until I start sweating. My glasses become foggy.
You gotta rise above it, dog.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna let him do it to me tonight. That's the only thing. And honestly, it's only because you're here. Honestly, because I would feed into this shit if he wasn't here. Honestly, like, no, it's not a pussy cop out. I said this shit a month and a half ago. It's not a pussy cop out. It's not a cop out.
Take it.
It's
It's
not
okay.
a cop out.
It's cool. It's a cop out.
But this is the thing. The cop out.
I don't care. He
The
ain't
cop-
here.
Get off the linebackers, bro, because it's going to
The
make you hot,
cop
bro.
out. The cop out is the fact that the front office just simply couldn't swallow their pride. They did the whole fucking tribute to him on social media, all of that shit, right? Because you're either gonna tell me that it was malpractice and we didn't know that Josie Jewell was suffering from these concussion-like symptoms.
They can't.
7 months.
They did.
They 1,000% did. So I don't believe that that's an excuse.
Because I want to go back to now I want to go back to the social media and see if he was any of these clips that they've shown. 'Cause they've shown the clips through like OTAs and stuff. If he's not out there, that lets me know exactly what's going on.
Right, 1,000%. So that was a pride and ego thing. So you want to talk about Shaq Thompson and it's a pussy cop out? Okay, cool, no problem. It is. It's a cop out.
Let's get out the
take that.
linebackers, man.
You gave me a great segue. You were talking about us getting 4, 5, 6 yards of pop. I'm sure everybody saw it Wednesday after practice. I believe it was Taylor Moton had bro, can this be a serious conversation, bro? Can y'all just stop laughing?
Why are y'all laughing, bro?
Bro, can y'all just stop laughing, bro? Can we have a serious conversation, bro? Like, honestly.
I saw Taylor Moton people tonight, bro. They're very, very nice folks, man.
Shout out. Well,
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
well,
And
let's
to be
go
honest,
slow. Let's go a little slow with Taylor.
We kind of have smoke for him because for some reason we got
I
blocked.
understand why y'all got yeah.
But that being said,
He's a mark.
I met the family, bro. So they're very.
Don't,
very
we couldn't
nice.
even eclipse 200 subscribers before we got blocked by Timo.
yeah.
I mean, it's bad. It's bad.
And
I respect him protecting his peace.
no, he's a mark. He's a mark. Because so on that being said, that's going to add more context to why this conversation is going to be a tad bit jaded. But everybody saw it on Wednesday afternoon after practice. Taylor Moton, I don't even know if he was asked about a contract. I'm not even 100% sure. Actually, you know what?
Yeah,
I have the clip.
He was.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have the clip. Let me be a good host. I have the clip right here.
Something unsettling, going into the season, knowing this could be your last one here, and kind of thinking along those lines at all.
I try not to think about it. I've had some of my best years here in Carolina. I know we haven't won, but the city, being a Panther means a lot to me. So it's crazy. You don't know. Obviously, I want the years to continue, but if it's my last year here, I want it to be my best year. I want it to be the offensive line's best year, the offensive unit's best year, the team's best year. Do whatever I can to help us be our best yet. So I'm a little emotional about it. No. All the blood, all the sweat, all the tears, right? I've been through so much here. Being a Panther means a lot to me. The city means a lot to me. If I'm my family here, if I'm my son here, so much sacrifice has gone out on that football field, the practice field here at Bank of America Stadium. I put so much time, so much heart into it, right? So it's just crazy, but at the end of the day, just focus on finishing this out the right way. If it is, obviously, like I said, I have some good years left, but I have a deep passion for the city, for this organization, for all the guys in the locker room, all the staff, everyone involved in, making this thing go. So, yeah. It's hot. Jeez. It's hot.
Yeah, so that was Wednesday after practice. I believe Joe Person asked the question. I'm gonna say this. And then I'll go around the room, because I know that you have some strong feelings about this as well, for sure. So I'll probably come actually to you first, and then we'll have the conversation. I don't necessarily know if him being emotional got to me, because I really don't believe that I really gave a fuck that he was on the podium crying, to be honest. But at the same time, this is something that organizations do all the time, and it's just one of them situations where at some point or another you have to have loyalty. And Taylor Moton is one of those guys, in my opinion, that has been extremely loyal to the franchise. I know that I mentioned restructures earlier today when me and you were talking individually, and you gave me the rundown, so I would like for you to kind of, share some more insight on that. But I believe once a guy does multiple things with his contract, once he restructures so many times so you can have X amount of dollars to do X amount of things, and then it's time for you to pay, and you try and back out or you don't get the job done because you want to, I don't know, take it slow. I don't know what the Carolina Panthers stance on this right now is. I know what I heard from Brent Tillis, but Taylor Moton, if we're just having an honest conversation, Taylor Moton has been the most consistent piece of the Carolina Panthers over the last 8 or 9 years. I think that we can all agree on that. So with that being said, I just think that when you have a guy that has the ability to continue to play good football and has good football years left in him, and you have an offensive line in which you've built to protect Bryce Young, because we saw what he was able to do or wasn't able to do without a good offensive line, then you protect your investment in that regard. So, yeah, I'm not mad at the Carolina Panthers if they decide to pay him now. I'm not mad at Taylor Moton expressing his feelings on the podium, even though, like I said, I'm unmoved by the tears. I understand that is emotional when you talk about you living in a particular city and town, growing a rapport with the fan base, things like that. But outside of that, at some point or another, there has to be loyalty, bro. And we just can't continue to let talent continue to walk out the door. I don't believe that Taylor Moton is the best tackle in the NFL, but I do believe over the last decade, he's been one of the most consistent pieces for this organization. So, yeah, pay the man his money. That's how I feel. And with all of that being said, he's going to give you a deal. He's going to give you a discount. He is. He's not going to try and crack the Panthers. He's just simply not going to do it. He's not that type of guy. He's shown you time and time again that he's not going to crack you. You're going to get a hometown discount. Get the deal done. That's my opinion. But like I said, I'll open up the floor.
There's layers to the situation with Taylor, right? So I want to try to peel it back on the I want to try to peel back the layers. So first of all, yeah, and I like Taylor. I know y'all got y'all history with him. So the tears probably, I don't know how they hit home for y'all. They didn't really hit home for me just because, it's a business. However, guys like him and guys like Shaq, like we talked about, who, saw us through, and I say the dog years because we've literally been dog doo-doo for the last 7, 8. We haven't had a winning season in 8 seasons. They've seen those. They've been through those, especially with a guy like Shaq. His rookie year, we went to the Super Bowl. He has seen nothing. Well, he went to the playoffs again, obviously, 2017. But besides that, it's been all downhill from there. But these guys still want to be a part of whatever dysfunction we got going on. They love Charlotte and stuff like that. So I always respect guys like that because I actually feel like we're going to turn around this year. I would love for those guys to be a part of the turnaround. And so I feel bad that in that standpoint. That's the only emotional ties I have to it. But I said, Brant Tillis he's a cold dude, bro. You know, because he got up there, he was like, I saw the tears, but it's a business. We got to do what's best for the team. And I respect that. And I've said it on my pod. We saw Marty Hurney being emotional, giving Jake Delhomme a contract after 4 interceptions against the Cardinals, giving him a deal, giving 2 running backs a contract, making dumb deals off of emotion and loyalty. But we've also seen David Gettleman, who was cutthroat, who got rid of Josh Norman when we should have kept Josh and tried to treat everybody like pawns on the dang chessboard and had no emotion. So I think there's a middle ground in between. So I think we got to play it that way. And I think with the way they're approaching it, it sounds like that's the case. I think them eating the contract this year just shows that I think it's more of an about face on the negotiations. I do think if he stays healthy and plays good football, they'll want to bring him back. But it's going to want to be on a good deal. The leverage that Taylor had is like, hey, I'm making $31 million in cap on the cap, and then y'all need the cap space to do whatever with it. Give me a contract. But besides that, he's on the wrong side of 30 currently. The knees are clearly shot, according to all reports. They're shot. He hasn't practiced on a Wednesday in 4 years because his knees are shot. His knees are worse than mine.
Now imagine if he had to play in cold weather.
Oh my God, bro! Here we go. But the knees are shot. But again, it's a business. And then you're thinking about, okay, do I pay Taylor? And then you got Icky contract coming up. We already got the most expensive offensive line in the NFL in terms of cap hits. Do we really want to pay everybody $20+ million across the board? And that's the thing. It's a lot of business to be had. And I think that's why David Tepper wanted so many hands in the cookie jar. Like sometimes when you give Matt Rule all that power, it's stupid. But when you got a numbers guy, I mean, he said he has hard time like pulling the plug on that because it's emotional. But he's not looking at tape as much. Brant Tillis is a numbers guy. You have Dan Morgan that's looking at the tape. You have those two yin and yangs to be able to make those type of calls. You can really meet in the middle. Like Dan may be like, okay, I like Taylor. He's been loyal. I'm a Panthers fan. I've been here, seen Taylor's best years when I was with Fitterer. But Brant's like, I haven't been here. I have no emotional ties to him. He's making $31 million. He's the third highest paid tackle. Is he playing like the third best tackle in the league? And so like you have that yin and yang to like nip one each other in the bud. I think that's the point of what David Tepper wanted. He wanted checks and balances on both sides. And I think he's showing his head right now. And I'm here for whatever decision they make. To be honest, I'm good either way. I think tackle could easily be on the board for us in the draft next year.
I'd agree with that.
We got to get cheaper and we got to get younger, man. A lot of spots, unfortunately. And as much as Taylor has been a stalwart for us, and I want him to see the good years with us, I understand. So,
yeah, I'm gonna take. I'm a little bit jaded. I think he's a mark, so I'm gonna take a step back and say that I agree with whatever the front office decides to do in that situation. I like Brant Tillis. I think that he's made a lot of good decisions since he's been in this organization. So I'm going to take a step back, and whatever he decides to do, I agree with it. I can see it being beneficial in both ways, personally.
Yeah, and I would say that I am also slightly jaded in the fact that I had Taylor Moton as my, I believe, 4th ranked Panther on our list of top 10 Carolina Panthers. I think I had him up at number 4. I actually like Taylor Moton because I do think he's been very consistent, and I do think he's one of the better right tackles in the league. I think that there is a reason that you would want to bring him back and, you know, let him play out the rest of his career. Like, he hasn't shown us that he's going down a hill. He's been one of PFF's. He's been, like, the highest graded offensive lineman for the Carolina Panthers over the last, like, decade, and it's not even close. I think that's a guy that you already know exactly what you're getting from him. He's consistent. And I do think there is a reason that you would pay him. You don't have to break the bank for him like JJ alluded to earlier. You can get him on a hometown discount, and I think as long as you can get that hometown discount with Timo, then you should keep him here because until you can find a replacement, because we've seen what this team looks like with no offensive line, and it was, oh my God, it was scary.
So what like, do you have any concerns about the injuries going forward? Because like I said, we've heard that his knee is in bad shape. I mean, obviously it's manageable because he's been managing it for 4 years.
4 years.
So we finally saw the chink in the armor this year. The Iron Man streak ended. He missed, 3 games, 4 games?
Yep.
So, like, any concerns about that in terms of paying him?
Yeah, this is my first time hearing that, and I think that with you saying that, like, not to cut you off there, but
Yeah, they said they said he hasn't practiced on a Wednesday in like 4 years.
Well,
and he wasn't even. There was a lot of training camp that he missed last year specifically.
Yeah, he gets a lot of vet days, bro.
Yes,
he doesn't practice.
He does.
Well, that's definitely a concern, especially depending on what kind of money he's asking for, or like what kind of contract he's demanding him and his agents. Then I think that is something that you do have to take into account. But like I said, this is my first time hearing that. Yeah. Because I heard that, like, he does get a lot of vet days. This is not the first time that I heard that. But, I mean, if his knees are as bad as, like, people are saying they are, then it's like that gives you cause for pause going forward.
He's never missed a game because of his knee. I'll say that. He missed a game because of his elbow this year. I think it was his elbow. But he's never missed a game because of his knee. It's just something that you have. It's like chronic. Like, it's never going to get better until he, like, literally hangs it up. Yeah. And like, that's the thing. And so.
You got to take that into account.
100%. But I mean, he's under contract this season. He's going to play out the remainder of his contract. And then depending on how he looks at the end of this year, if he misses any time due to that knee or anything like that, you reevaluate him. You got new trainer. You got a new training staff in. You've got new doctors and everything in the building. You let them evaluate him and see how that, how that outlook looks. And then you make your determination in the draft whether we're going tackle or not in the first round.
Do any of y'all see a situation where we pull a Chuba and, like, bag him during the year, like to buy low, possible, like extend him during the year?
Yeah, possible.
I don't because of his age. I don't see that happening.
That's fair.
That is a good point. And that may be more applicable to Icky than him. A situation like that.
Also fair.
Yeah.
I would agree.
And
with that.
I mean, I don't like you said, man. I mean, we have so much money tied up in this offensive line room already between Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis. So it would definitely have to be a discounted price. I just want to say that for the record. Like, I don't want people to get my words misconstrued and say pay him whatever he's asking. But like I said, I believe that he would take a discounted price. I believe he would take a hometown discount. But at the end of the day, we just got to trust it. I hope that it gets done.
I believe they'll make the best decision. I'm not going to lose sleep on either decision, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Unless they pay him some astronomical money, but I just literally don't see them paying him a crazy amount of money. The way that we saw Brent, they're not going to overpay for this deal.
Yeah, that would piss me the fuck off if they actually.
They're not going to. I just do
I'm
not.
not going to lie, I would slander his name.
I just don't. I just don't see any. I don't see any way they overpay for him.
Yeah, no.
At least not long term. They may crowd it up in a year or two, but they're not going to pay him long term money. He said he got one more deal. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I don't see them paying him long term, overpaying long term money to Taylor Moton. I personally don't see that.
3
so
years,
I feel good about the situation personally.
3 years, let's say.
First two guaranteed. Or not guaranteed, but like most of the money in the first 2 years.
First 2 years, give me an average that you would be comfortable with.
25.
I was going to say 22. So, yeah, I was going to say 22. So, I mean, 25, I wouldn't be mad at 25.
If you wait to the end of the season, 25 will be top 10. I mean, 25 is top 10 money now, but if you wait to the end of the year, 25 will be top 10 money still. It'll be top 10 tackle money.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Let's do this. We do this every single year when you come on the show. Let's do this. You ready?
Let's go.
Rapid fire. You already know.
All right.
Rapid fire. Jacksonville.
Win.
Arizona.
Win.
Atlanta. At home.
Win.
New England on the road.
It's gonna be tough, man. I'm gonna have to say. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say win.
Okay. Miami at home.
Loss.
Dallas at home.
Loss.
New York on the road.
Giants.
Jets.
I'm gonna say a loss.
Really? Okay. Buffalo.
Their defense. Loss.
Buffalo at home.
Loss.
Green Bay on the road. November 2nd, if that contributes anything.
I'm going to say a loss.
New Orleans.
Win.
Atlanta on the road.
Win.
San Francisco on the road.
We better win. I'm going to be there.
Okay. Rams at home.
Loss.
Bye week. New Orleans.
We're going to win that bye week.
Yeah, we're going to definitely win that
sweeping
bye
New
week.
Orleans, no doubt.
Most definitely. Tampa Bay. At home.
We winning at home.
Seattle. At home.
I'm going to take a L. Unfortunately, this Sam Darnold.
Tampa Bay on the road.
Loss.
What was that? Was anybody keeping up with it? No. Jesus Christ. I mean, my God. He said Jacksonville, Arizona, Atlanta, New England was a W. So
I will
that's
say
4.
I'm bringing somebody to the Miami game.
Saints both games.
What's
that's
the relevance,
6.
bro?
Yeah, Saints both games. That's 6.
Just saying.
San Francisco 7. You said we win that Atlanta game.
We sweeping that. I think
sweeping
we
Atlanta?
I think we can sweep Atlanta.
Okay, 8 and then 9. So 9 and 8. Yeah, 9 and 8. You have splitting between Tampa Bay.
Split with Tampa, sweeping everybody else.
Fair enough. 9 and 8. That's not bad.
I'm expecting Kirk Cousins to be playing in the second Atlanta matchup. That's my hot take.
Well, I mean,
That's how I feel about Penix. That's how I feel about Penix.
Well, I mean,
I think he's mediocre.
The
Atlanta
better quarterback
fans
is on the
been
bench.
chatting.
When he's healthy, the better quarterback is on the bench currently. He just got to be healthy.
I agree.
I agree with that.
I agree.
I don't.
Yeah, because you're like fascinated with new quarterbacks, and unfortunately, like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I understand. Like shout out to Cam. Like you know what I'm saying. Like he
Quarter black.
Yeah, but like also nigga like Penix just don't got it. Some guys just don't have it.
If you see it when he plays under pressure, bro, he's just not the same.
I don't know why they were gassed up for 3 touchdowns and 3 picks, or was it 6 touchdowns and 3 picks? I don't know what it was.
3 touchdowns.
Bro,
and 3
somebody
picks.
at work was trying to gas him up, and I'm like, I went and looked at the stats. I'm like, are we serious?
No, it was 6 because he had what 3 on the. He had how many? He ran for 1.
What the touchdowns?
Yeah.
Well, I know passing it was 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Whatever game.
All in the 3 games.
Yeah.
No reason
Passing
to
wise.
get
He ran
gassed
for
up.
1 on us,
Yeah.
and he
But
had
that
that.
doesn't do it for me. But it's okay because like the thing about it is the season is a month and a half away.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, you know, so we'll see. We'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I said Monday, I'm gonna try my best to get it out Sunday just so y'all can like get a review and a feel of FanFest.
3 touchdowns and 3 picks, by the way.
Yeah. As y'all see, there were some good moments, there were some bad moments.
There's a lot of stuff we didn't even get to talk about either.
Yeah. Just because we were running short on time. I mean, it's currently, 1 a.m.?
We spent a lot of time on Shaq Thompson.
Oh, my God.
Too much.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know why.
unfortunately, I just don't know why.
That's because y'all wanted to fucking
it's
gas him.
because, it's because of y'all. It's really because of y'all, honestly. It's really because of y'all. It really is. But we appreciate you coming through as always,
No doubt,
bro.
man. No doubt.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
Maybe we'll do something in Jacksonville. If we have time, maybe we'll do
Yeah, we gotta find a studio, man. We gotta find a studio.
Yeah.
Get down there.
Most definitely. But
That's going to be a quick trip for us, or for me. I should speak for myself.
I think that I'm going to get in on Friday and leave on Monday. So,
It's
Oh,
probably,
you're going Friday now?
I think so.
It's it'll probably be Saturday, Monday for me.
Saturday to Monday.
Saturday to Sunday or Monday for
It'll
me.
be early Saturday though for me.
Well, let the people know where they can find you, buddy.
You can find me everywhere but not even everywhere. You can find me on YouTube at UB Sports Talk. That's U as in Uncle, B as in Beverly, Sports Talk. I told somebody that at the game. Uncle Beverly. I just my mind be racing when I be thinking about work, like letters to put to
facts.
it. But yeah, you can find me at your Uncle Beverly Sports Talk on YouTube, and you can find me at that on Twitter too, and Dunc on Demand on Twitter as well. So it was founded as Twitter. I'm gonna call it Twitter. Ain't no X, but
No, it's not X.
yeah, man.
I mean, we be trying to say it like the proper name for it
Man,
now,
bump
yeah,
your
it's
mind,
Twitter.
man.
It's Twitter. It's Twitter. If y'all didn't already like, comment, subscribe, I didn't do the plugs. Also, by the way, we did something very special for FanFest. We restocked Black Reaper t-shirts. So if you didn't have the opportunity to get your Carolina Reaper t-shirt, your Black Carolina Reaper t-shirt, when we were doing the drop back in March, and we, let it go for a
You
month
gotta
and a half,
cut a
2 months.
promo for the beginning of the episode because nobody finna listen to us talk for 2 hours.
All the way
first. So,
through?
yeah, you gotta.
So I
just-
gotta respin it?
re-record another one and put it at the front
For
of
sure.
it, and then
For
leave this one in here because
sure.
we've been talking about Shaq Thompson, so people probably.
Oh my God,
no.
just turned it off. Yeah, unfortunately. But if y'all are still listening, shout out to y'all first and foremost. Like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on. Secondly, if you didn't get a chance, like I said, with the Carolina Reaper t-shirts on the initial drop, you didn't get a chance to do it, didn't get a chance to purchase yours, they are restocked. So get them right now. It'll be only for a limited time, and then we're going to shut it down again. So I'm just letting everybody know. A lot of people were in my DMs asking when they were coming back. If they were ever coming back, they didn't get a chance, this and that. Now is your chance. Go get it right now. The link will be in the bio, and we will be back. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a live stream.
What's coming up next? Tavion got the new color on. He got the cream John on. What's going on? What we doing?
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know why he has that on, but
They be hating,
he fucking leaked it, bro.
I was trying to throw it live.
Bro,
I was trying to throw it live for the Pro Bowl, but
yeah, bro. Thank you for even mentioning that because it didn't even register in my head. But he fucking leaked it, bro.
We hear y'all. When I was walking around town today, I mean, we got stopped by countless people. Everybody wanted that cream in their hands. Don't worry, the cream is on the way.
Man.
We will be dropping it.
Yeah,
all gas, no
sure.
brakes, no pause, no nothing. Y'all want that cream? I'm gonna give you that cream. Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Wrap this shit. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Take you everywhere with me 'cause I love to stunt. Money everywhere with me 'cause you love to stunt.